Hi, my name is Carina and welcome to the Carina Chronicles. I forgot to do this intro for this reading vlog, but that's because I have so many cool things to tell you in this vlog. I didn't even think of doing a reading vlog intro, so here it was. And I'm quickly going to tell you all about this week. So in this reading vlog, I'm actually going to show you the biggest book market, secondhand books in Europe, which is in the Netherlands, in the center of the Netherlands. I went there with my mother and I made some footage for you. So I want to show you that. Then of course I have a big book haul because I went to the biggest book market of Europe. So how could I not? Then I tell about Het Hart van Adelaar, the book that I was planning on reading, and I actually read it, but normally I start my reading vlogs on Saturday, Sunday, and I already finished it on Monday. So that is quick for my habits. So that was cool. And after that I started with the Hunger Games, so I'm telling you all about that as well. So quite some things that I need to tell you. Let's start with the footage from the book market. So I've been walking for 5 minutes from my parking spot and still there are cars everywhere. So yes, this is my vlog of being at the biggest book market of Europe in Deventer. I drove with the car here and Google Maps sent me away within the smaller passages, like not on the big roads. There was an accident on the road or something. I don't know. But it was the most beautiful trip I've ever driven. So I am really excited about that. I was just really happy. I'm going to meet my mother at the train station. I'm not by train because I was not home yesterday. So I brought the car and well, now I'm going over the river and well, to that very big book market. Do you see it already? Because I do, and oh my, it is big. Literally, do you see those red points? Those are all little stands with books. So pretty, right? Well, let me cross the river. Oh my, the book market was incredible. I had so much fun with my mother. We were, well, it was just so hot and crowded and nothing about it actually sounded fun, but being surrounded by so many books, there were 500 stands, 250 less than normal, but yeah, still COVID things, so that's why. But oh, it was so great. We were a little bit late. You should be there very early in the morning to have like the hidden gems and stuff. But I had a busy weekend. I needed to travel a lot to actually get there. So wasn't going to make it earlier, but it was fine. We were there from 10:30 until around 4:30. So we actually spent a lot of time. Of course, we had a little lunch break and stuff. And I actually only bought 5 books. That sounds like a lot. I know it quite is a lot. But you need to realize that most of these stands have things like buy 2 get 1 for free, or 1 book for €4, 3 books for €10, or sometimes even 1 book for €1 and 5 books for 3 or something. So that I only got 5 books is actually quite alright. I didn't just haul everything that I saw. I actually did think about what I wanted to buy. My mother bought 7 books, and that was also nice. She found some really nice ones already early on, so I was really lacking. Like before lunch break, I didn't buy any books, so I was like, okay, am I going to find something? This would be weird otherwise. But I was fine in the end. And my mother said when we actually wanted to go, we sat down somewhere and we just chilled a little bit. And then I was like, okay, I want to go to one more stand just to see if they have a nice thing, because it's a publisher that I buy a lot of books from normally. So I was curious if they would have discounts at their stand, because they wouldn't only sell new books, but maybe slight damage on books and then cheaper price. They actually did, but all the books that I wanted were gone already. So, but I said, okay, I want to go to one more stand, and let's just look at the stands that are in between the place where we are now and that spot. And then my mother was like, I finally realized which book I actually wanted, because it's really nice to have a quest when you're at this book market, because otherwise there are literally millions and millions of books. So if you're just like, oh, I'm just walking here, you're overwhelmed. So she was like, oh, now I remember there's one book that I once lent to a person, and that person never gave it back, so I would like to have the book back. Well, that's of course very specific, because that's one specific book. So she was like, well, I could have looked for that, but okay. So we just walked to that one stand, and while I was buying some books that I'm going to show you, my mother was like, wait. And there it was. So she got the book and the sequel. That was really fun. So we really enjoyed that. After our break, we decided to go on for a little more, because I bought 3 books then, and she bought 2 for which she was actually looking. So really cool. So as I said, I bought 5 books. And the first one was one that I was actually looking for, because I got the Dubliners by James Joyce a while ago. I think I got it from my house, my student house, that it was randomly found somewhere, and people were like, well, you read books, do you want it? So it's a very old Penguin classic, modern classics book, and it's very secondhand, if you know what I mean. And I was like, okay, maybe I can find the sequel already, so that if I get through the Dubliners, because that's apparently a very difficult book, I can continue. Well, there were a lot of versions from Ulysses, that's how it's called, I think, by James Joyce, the sequel to Dubliners. Well, it's not really a sequel, but you need to read them in this order, I believe. But the one I wanted was just a very old second-hand copy of from Penguin. So I found it. I was really happy, because it was one of the few books that I actually was looking for. So it's nice that I found it. It was €5, not so cheap, but I wanted this version and I didn't find anything. So up till then I hadn't bought any book, so I was like, okay, I found the book I want. €5 is fine. So I spent €5 on that. Then the next book that I bought is a random detective. It's also the 3rd part in the series, but for detectives that's usually fine. So I didn't really mind. There were a lot of parts there from the series, and all the covers looked really pretty, which helped. All the covers looked really pretty, but also the story sounded fun. I like to buy second-hand detectives, because sometimes I'm in the mood for a detective, not often, and I don't really need them new copies, because it's usually a story you read once, because after that you know the clues. So I was like, okay, I'm going to buy one. Last time at the book market I also bought one random detective from a random series. So this one is The Trip to Jerusalem, an Elizabethan mystery by Edward Marston. And I like this, and it's really good pristine condition. It's really nice. All of these were actually, I almost bought the whole series, but this was actually €3. So I was happy with that. And then I really wanted to buy some English fantasy, just random, because I want to read more fantasy. Well, no, not specifically, but I like English fantasy and there are a lot there for very cheap. So I was like, I want this. And then I came across a stand where they had buy 2 books and get 1 book for free. So I really looked at all the books. There were a lot of series that I wanted, but from all of them I was too late and first part was sold out. So eventually I actually only found 1 book that I was like, huh? How did I not see this at first, because I really want this book. And that is La Belle Sauvage by Pullman, the first part in the Book of Dust series. This is the author of The Golden Compass, which I haven't read yet. This is also in the same world apparently, but it's taking place before The Golden Compass, so it's fine that I read it. The sequel is out and the 3rd part is still written. I love the cover. The book is a bit filthy. I'm going to clean it up later, but it will easily be fixed. It's not like, well, really filthy or something. And I was really happy that I found this. It was actually €8, so it's not that cheap for a second-hand book, but it's also quite a new book, 2017 I think. And I'm happy I have it. And then I was like, okay, but if I buy 1 book, then it must be easy to find 2 more, right? To have at least 1 for free and to read some random things. Well, it was quite difficult because a lot of first parts of series were sold out. But I found the first part in the High Druid of Shannara series, Jarka Ruus by Terry Brooks. I looked it up. I think it should be possible to read this series separately. Please let me know if that's the case. I also think that it might be a good idea to read the other series first. This is like the 4th series in this world, or the 5th even. So I didn't really realize. So maybe I need to wait with this book and first read the other series. I don't know yet. But it is the first part in the series, so I can at least try. And then I needed a free book, and I got one recommended because I was like, oh, all the books that I see are not first parts. Please recommend something to me. And then I came home and I saw that he gave me a second part of a series. So that was a little bit of a letdown. I need to buy the first one later, but I actually realized that when I saw the title of the first book, I am interested in this series because it is The Vampire Lestat, or how you say it, by Anne Rice. And this is the sequel to Interview with the Vampire, which I really need to read. But now I own the second part, at least. The Vampire Chronicles this is. So, how happy am I with my books? I'm very happy with Ulysses. I'm very happy with the nice copy of A New Detective. And I'm very happy with my Philip Pullman book, and especially the cover. So I am happy. The other 2 fantasies are fine. I'm also happy with that. And I hope I can go next year as well. And I also wanted to update you on Het Hart van de Adelaar by Emmelie Arents. I have been reading a bit. I'm on page 88. This was actually in my 5-star prediction video, so I was a bit nervous when I started, but I actually do like it. It reads really quick. I like the fantasy world. It is original. So I am positive, but I don't feel like it's leading up to a 5-star. I feel like it will be more like a 4-star. But maybe some crazy plot twists happen and I'm like, whoa, didn't see that coming at all, and I will give it 5 stars anyway. But for now, I don't think so. I do like how it is thrilling and exciting from the first moment. It starts with like a death sentence and a lot of chaos. So I do like that. And I also think I just read more than 60 pages, almost 70 pages in 45 minutes. So it has 350 pages or something. So we'll easily finish this week. And I'm still very happy with my bookmark. I actually got a specific bookmark for this book by the author. And now I'm not using it because I'm doing the Read and Readathon, and I bought a very expensive bookmark for that. Well, not very expensive, by the way, but I usually don't buy bookmarks. I just get them for free, you know. So everything is then expensive. So that is funny, I think. But, well, really like it. So, yeah, good start of the week. It's only Sunday, and I'm already almost halfway through this book. So that's for a change in the reading vlog. It's going great. Hi, I wanted to quickly update you because I have an appointment and I'm already not going to make it, but I need to update you because I finished Het Hart van de Adelaar yesterday evening/night. I'm really happy that reading is going so well. I really like the book. I don't know if I really like the characters. I thought the characters were quite predictable, and like Emmelie Arents is doing some things with morally grey characters, kind of, or that you don't know who is good and who's bad, but I thought it to be quite predictable how things were going to end up. I didn't find it predictable how she wrote the second part of the book. It's divided into 2 parts and it's written in a very different style, and I really liked it and I really loved the world. So I'm really excited. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Really happy with it. I'm going to read another book by her this month. Arents. This was her debut novel and Arents is her latest novel. There are also 2 in between. So I'm really curious to see if in the other book I like the characters more and if I still love the world. It's a different world, of course, but I mean, the world building was really great in this one. So the book that I now started is The Hunger Games, and this is actually really fun because it is now, for me, quite an important book because I'm reading it for the Aurelian Readathon as a childhood favorite, which it is. But I'm also reading it as a travel book, so I'm going to show you later in this vlog that there are notes in here and how we do that. That we also have, where is it? Oh, here. A notebook that came with it that I need to fill with quotes and parts that I thought important. I'm orange in this travel book group, so I'm marking with orange and I'm writing comments in orange. And really excited for that. I wasn't really lucky with this travel book group. I didn't like a lot of the books that we are reading, so I'm happy that I'm rereading a childhood favorite now, because nothing can go wrong, right? And I am also reading this because it's the favorite of Esme, and I'm reading all the favorites of people I asked their favorite book for in my zodiac sign book tag. This is one for summer, and I didn't even film the spring vlog yet, but that means that I'm going to update you a little on what I read when I read The Hunger Games, but not as much, and you can see like the full content in the summer read recommendations vlog that will follow later. So I'm filming 2 vlogs now. So yeah, that's actually it. And now I'm going to film another video for you, but you might have seen that one already. And something that I completely forgot to mention, although I did mention it in my last video, but not in a reading vlog. Book Roast actually commented on my video, which is really cool. I felt so acknowledged because she commented on my TBR video for the Aurelian Readathon and she said good luck, Karina, which is very nice and I was really happy with it. So I just wanted to share it with you. Hi. I've been having such a busy week, but today is Saturday and I only have plans at like 8:30. Of course, this reading vlog needs to go up, so in the afternoon I will probably edit something, but this video will not take me that long because I have so much content. So maybe it will because I need to shorten things, but oh my, in summer things are really happening, you know. But I'm so excited. There are 3 things I want to share with you. The first one is the Hunger Games. I finished part 2 of it. Well, not like the sequel, but I mean, the book is divided into 3 parts. And I still need to show you a bit how it looks when you have the comments. So I know a little piece where you can see that. So let me switch to that. So if you don't want to get spoiled, please just look at the written words and not like the printed words. But so someone has the color gray, or I thought maybe this is the person with yellow because she started in yellow, but that was very much not readable. And here someone marked something. So we mark things, we write things, and sometimes we say NB, which means notebook, and you go to the notebook to see what they said. Oh, I thought there was more in here. Sorry. Sometimes you have a little moment where nothing much happened. Oh yeah, here I noticed something myself. So I said notebook and we go to the notebook, and I also know that I marked one quote a little bit back. That one. And it's Dutch, but it's a nice quote. So yeah. That is how it looks like. And here you have the notebook. I already made quite some. Oh, someone made an aesthetic, which is really nice. We all made our predictions. This is my prediction, and we put the date. So that's also funny to see that we are taking our time. And these are the comments I made up till here. So with the page number, and then I said something about it. So I will probably add some more and then a little review. I will answer the questions of the person said, please answer these questions when you finish the book. And then I will send it to the next person, which is nice, right? Something I also wanted to share. Well, I said 2 things, but I have actually 4. Or said I did 3 things, I don't know, but I have 4. But one is really short. I went to a football match on Thursday with my mom. It was really, really nice. The audience was so nice, and the ambience was also really nice because we are quite a fan of our local soccer club. And it was the first time in 8 years that they were allowed to play a European match because they were qualified for that. So it was really nice. They won 4-1 in this match, and the last one they won 3-1. So in total they're through to the next round, which now is in Florence, and I'm really sad that I was in Florence 1.5 weeks ago instead of this week, but it's fine, it's fine. And it was really, really nice. And I made a really small video and 2 photos to show you how good our places were. And next Sunday there's a regular match just in the Dutch competition. And my mother actually won tickets for that. So I might go again. Something to the bookstore related that I also wanted to tell is that we have a local newspaper And this local newspaper is from a publisher that does all the local newspapers in the Netherlands. So some content in there, some articles are the same for everyone. And then there are parts that are really for the locals. And in the weekend they have an attachment magazine, and that's the same for everyone. And in that magazine, there's every week a column about a bookstore, where one of the bookstore employees tells about 5 recent books that they really like and why, and that they would highly recommend, in a little interview, and they tell also something about the bookstore. And well, you see this coming, but our bookstore was asked to do the one for the beginning of September, and my colleague said that he thought that I was the perfect person to do this interview. So that's really cool. I'm really happy with that. The 5 books I'm going to recommend are not even books that I read. Well, no, I need to recommend 6, and then they choose 5 to publish. And from the 6 books, I read 1. But it was not about them, she said, the person that's going to interview me, because I also needed to recommend books that have been published since the 15th of June. So that's really like 1.5 months. How many books can you read then? You know, so it's not about that. It's more that you know what's good about them because you heard a lot of people talk about them, and you can explain that quickly. And I can, and I'm really excited about the books. If it's certain that these books are the ones chosen, I will let you see which 6 books I recommend to the newspaper that will be on all of the Netherlands. So how cool is that? With a little picture, I'm really excited about it. And the last update is about the Aurelium readathon again. I will keep it short because I know people get bored of this. But she also made a deal with Redbubble, and now you can like order a million of things with her prints on it there. And I ordered a House of the Arcane notebook because I hadn't started journaling yet, because I did buy a journal for this readathon, but I hadn't started it yet. And I thought this one was just too cool. I mean, if you imagine a character being in an academia and they need to keep a schedule and stuff, and you have their own house or guild agenda for that, that's just so much cooler than a random one. So I ordered one, and if I get it, I will finally actually start journaling both the April and the autumn semesters. So yeah, and now I'm going to finish the Hunger Games, and I will let you know when it is. And then this reading vlog will be done. But first, reading! Okay, serious talk here. It is 3 p.m. and I'm eating breakfast. It's delicious dumplings, by the way, that were left here yesterday when we played D&D, which was really fun. My Leah even went on an adventure, and she always really likes that, and it was just really fun. But I'm eating breakfast at 3 p.m. because I was so dedicated to finishing the Hunger Games because I liked it so much. And I finished it, of course. I really, really liked it. I gave it 4 stars out of memory for my childhood read, and I gave it 5 stars now because it's definitely more than 4 stars. It is an incredible children or YA dystopian, one of the first. It's so good. It has so many layers, and I can't believe that I've only read this once before. I'm definitely going to read it in English. I am going to buy the box set because I was already planning on doing that, because I thought I needed all 3 of them in my bookcase. But now I'm definitely, and I will read them again. I will finally read them in English. I need to read the 2nd and 3rd part as well. I want to rewatch the movie, so yes, I love this. And with that, I'm ending this reading vlog. I really hope you liked it. I did. I finished 2 books in one vlog, so that's great. If you like my video, please leave a like. And if you subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell, you will be notified whenever I post a new video. I hope you'll have a lovely day filled with books, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye! This video is officially late because I just couldn't stop reading The Hunger Games. I didn't even eat breakfast, so, well, sorry for that, but it was great.